Silent Hill is one of my favorite survival horror franchises and one of my favorite franchises in general. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the Silent Hill games on a tier list from S to F. There's no F plus this time. Decided not to do that this time. I feel like last time I put too much in like the S and S plus for the remake video. Most likely because there's like a lot of good remakes, but for this video, I'm just going to keep it just on top of S all the way down to F. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to quit yapping. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll start the video right now. Silent Hill 1 for me, I think still holds up really good to this day. Even though it came out back on the PlayStation 1 back in 1999, I still think this game is actually really good. I actually started playing, getting into the Silent Hill games not too long ago, back in like 2020 or 2019. And playing Silent Hill 1 for like the first Silent Hill game, because usually most people start off in Silent Hill 2. For me, it was Silent Hill 1. I started playing it from like release date, so Silent Hill 1, 2, 3, like that, etc. And I still really enjoyed it. I love the horror and atmosphere and the story of this game. I really enjoy seeing Harry's journey to try to find his daughter. And it's pretty interesting. And even though it can be considered outdated in sense of controls and everything, but getting this on the emulator and playing this, it was such a good time. And I also enjoy the enemy design in this game are pretty good as well. Overall atmosphere and horror feels really good. But I do have to say that the gameplay wise and control wise is a bit lacking, because again, it came out for the PlayStation 1 very long ago. And for that, I'm going to give it on A tier. I think this game still holds up pretty well. And for people who think it doesn't, I think the remake is really going to help that. And I'm so excited for the Silent Hill 1 remake. Hopefully it's good. They also made the Silent Hill 2 remake, which was amazing. So I really trust Bloober Team with this project. And yeah. Now Silent Hill 2, OG, not the remake. Silent Hill 2, like OG, is probably one of like the best survival horror games. Has one of the best stories and plot twists in one of any games, honestly. It's up there with like BioShock plot twists and storytelling. Like I really think Silent Hill 2 is like one of the best, especially OG. Like personally, I prefer the OG over the remake, but I'll get to that later when I rank the remake. But yeah, Silent Hill 2, like its story, amazing. Gameplay's pretty good. It's way better improved than this one compared to 1. You also have like iconic enemies like the nurses and this pyramid head. I mean, this game's really iconic. This is by far a lot of people's favorite Silent Hill games, is Silent Hill 2. I also think the atmosphere is really good. Like the music and everything really builds into the story and kind of makes you feel this like sort of dread and like this, like regret that James, the protagonist, is feeling throughout the game. And I think it fits it, and everything just really just nails it just straight on, really. It's really hard to criticize like the plot and story. The one thing I will criticize about this game is that I feel like out of all the Silent Hill games, it's probably the least scariest is Silent Hill 2. You can tell they really focus more on like the story, the plot, and some of the characters and stuff like that. They really focus more on that. But that's not a bad thing, because this game's, obviously incredible. It's a classic, like I just said. So for that, Silent Hill 2 OG is going in the S tier. Now Silent Hill 3. Actually, Silent Hill 3 is my all-time favorite Silent Hill game. Not a lot of people know that, but I actually prefer Silent Hill 3 over most of them. I think Silent Hill 3, like main characters, is honestly the best main character. I think learning about Heather's like story and seeing what she has to go through throughout this game. And I like how she's more self-aware compared to the other protagonists. That's like one of my favorite things about this game is a protagonist. I think she actually she's more self-aware, she's funnier. Makes it like, I guess, more realistic because she's like more self-aware. But besides getting that out of the way, I think like the horror-wise of this game, this is probably like one of the scariest Silent Hill games out there. Like there's a lot of good scares in here. And enemy and monster design are actually pretty good as well. And out of all like the mainline like OG Silent Hill games, I think this one like probably has like the best combat, more variety on weapons. I think Silent Hill 3 really gets the best aspects of 1 and 2 and get those aspects and just make them better. And I really enjoy that about Silent Hill 3. And speaking of the atmosphere and the setting, I love some of the settings, like the empty, like I love like the more like empty like areas they have, like the mall, this big empty area. They get these places that are usually filled with people and make it empty. And I like that feeling. It's really cool. Like makes it like, like dreamlike, like Silent Hill. Also, you get to go revisit some of the areas from Silent Hill 2, which is really nice. The bosses of the game are pretty good as well. And again, enemies are pretty good as well, some returning as well. And the overall story and plot's pretty good. It actually follows the story from Silent Hill 1. So if you didn't know, Heather's actually the daughter of Harry from Silent Hill 1. And it kind of continues off that story. And I think that's really good. And also makes me hope that Silent Hill 3 will get a remake right after 1. Because it makes sense since the stories connect. And Silent Hill 1 and 3 are very loved. And for me, Silent Hill 3 going on top of S tier. My favorite Silent Hill, I think, is the best. And yeah. Now, Silent Hill 4 The Room. This game, pretty interesting. I do like how it doesn't take place in Silent Hill. I think that's an interesting take for the franchise, but it also kind of feels weird. I like how you're in the apartment and you have to go through these holes to get to the next level. I think that's really cool. Also like how the apartment gets more and more infected and cursed the more you go through, and how you can peek through the door, and you can see things going on around outside the apartment. I think it's some really cool concepts. Also like how it's all in first person in an apartment, then it switches to the typical more fixed camera when you go into the actual levels. I think that's really cool. And this game for me has some of the best monster designs. If you've seen the twin victims, that monster is adds nightmare fuel. I think that's one of the best monster designs. It also tells a story behind how disgusting this killer was, because the story is about this killer who lived in an apartment. I don't want to go too much detail into the story because I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, I think the story is actually really good too. It's a really different take on the Silent Hill typical stories, and I think that's really cool. They really take a big risk here, and I think they do pretty good at it, except when it comes to certain gameplay aspects of this game. There's this I think halfway end part of the game is really a pain in the ass, because you have to go back to older levels, try and protect this girl, and it can be pretty annoying, and I didn't really like that part. That's the one big downside of this game, is just that. And yeah, that part really hurts it a lot. I think the combat's okay. I don't remember how good the combat was. I just remember it was okay. There's a lot of use of ghosts and stuff, which I thought was pretty cool and different compared to the usual typical monsters you usually get up front in other Silent Hill games. But the gameplay and going through that certain parts of the game is kind of tedious and a pain in the ass, I'm not gonna lie. For that, I'm gonna have to put it in B tier. I love Silent Hill 4. I think it's one of the scariest in my opinion, especially with enemy design. But the game falls flat when it comes to certain levels and gameplay aspects of it. But yeah, I still think Silent Hill 4 is still pretty good though. I don't think it's a bad game. Silent Hill Origins. Now, this one, it wasn't really that good, I'm not gonna lie. This is after the main 4 Silent Hill games, it started going downhill for Silent Hill, I'm not gonna lie. Silent Hill Origins for me was very generic and kind of boring, but it was interesting how they took the story. It was kind of origin stories, the title says. And I thought the story and some parts of it were kind of just whatever and just okay. I don't think this game is inherently bad, but I don't think it's good either. It's kind of really in the middle, for me at least. And yeah, this game was really hard. I had to really force myself to go beat this game because it kind of feels very generic, but it wasn't terrible. It was just kind of just they played it really safe, and I just thought it was just kind of boring and generic. It kind of just whatever. For me, this is a C tier. It's just in the middle, and maybe you can argue it's D. I wouldn't blame you. A lot of these upcoming Silent Hill games I'm about to talk about are very not that good, I'm not gonna lie. Silent Hill Homecoming. Oh man, this was rough. It's pretty bad. I think this game honestly had potential, but it falls flat so hard. Combat is just very stiff, clunky, and just overall terrible. The story could have been the idea of the story. I think it's really cool. I'm not gonna spoil it, but the twist and everything in the story, I actually thought was pretty decent. I also think the soundtrack's pretty decent too, but it just falls so hard when it comes to the gameplay and literally everything else. Atmosphere doesn't feel that scary. It feels kind of goofy. Enemy design is actually pretty good. I think enemy designs in this game are pretty scary looking, and I thought they're pretty cool overall, but the combat really just kills this game really bad. and a lot of the other like writing like and characters are pretty bad as well. Even though I just said the story was pretty decent, I think the story could have been so much better with like what the story was about in a sense, because you're playing as like this guy who's from the military, and his dad was like abusive, or and then like it's a lot, but like I think it could have been good. Like I feel like the game could have been good, but it just falls so hard. They also tried to bring back Pyramid Head for this game. I think it was Homecoming. Yeah, this game they tried to bring back Pyramid Head for like nostalgia, for like OG Silent Hill fans to come back and check it out. But the game was pretty ass. But I don't think it was like atrociously ass like some people make it to be. But I think it was pretty bad. And for me, like Silent Hill Homecoming is D tier. It's pretty down there. It's pretty bad. And it could have been so much better. It's pretty sad that it's ass. It also runs terrible on like PC. Like don't even try playing this on PC, like emulate it or something. Silent Hill Shattered Memories. Now, this game mixed. Like I think it's up there with Origins. I just think it's just whatever. Like the gameplay wise, you just kind of just run away from the monsters, and then you do like weird questions and things in like this therapy section. It's supposed to be like a reimagining of Silent Hill 1, but it's not really a good one. I mean, the game looks cool. It plays like pretty ass though. Like the gameplay is not that good. You just again run away from monsters. But the enemy design and a lot of the like gameplay environment changes depending on what answers you give the therapist or what choices you make throughout the game, which I thought was pretty cool. You also can like interact with your phone and stuff, which is just like finding ghosts and secret messages and stuff like that. Gameplay wise, it's pretty boring. But I thought some of the gimmicks in the game were pretty cool. Again, like the therapist and like choices changing the monsters and environments is pretty cool. But it felt like just kind of like a gimmick thing, honestly. Just like a weird reimagining of the first one, which plays nothing like the first one. Thankfully, again, we're getting a remake of the first one, so we don't have to worry about this anymore. But for this one, I'm going to put it on top of the C tier. I think it's a little bit better than the Origins, but then again, they're both kind of just meh. And I didn't really like either of them. I thought they're kind of just like in the middle and kind of boring. But yeah, at least they're not like terrible. Silent Hill Downpour. This game feels a lot like Homecoming in ways because it had so much potential. Like I feel like the story and plot could have been better and had a lot of potential. But the gameplay and the monster designs are just so bad. Like the monster designs are not scary. They're overused too much. There's way too many running sections. And there's like a choice mechanic where you can like choose to like change up the story. But guess what? It doesn't change the story from what choices you make until like the last choice you get during the end of the game. That's the only choice that you will make that will actually change like the ending in the story. That's it. Like you can either choose to be normal or like a dickhead. And that's it. Like it's really just a dumb like option to have in the game when it doesn't really affect the story or plot or anything like that. It's just there. Also, the combat is, again, terrible, like Homecoming. And yeah, I mean, it follows like a okay story. Like, I feel like it could have been way better. Like, you're playing as like a prisoner, and being a prisoner in Silent Hill, I feel like you could work so well with that. But in this game, it just falls flat on its face. And for that, this will be the first F tier. It's just really that bad. Silent Hill Short Message is more of like a little free demo you can play on PlayStation, and I just thought it was just like kind of just mid. Like the whole story behind it, about this girl like being suicidal or whatever, it's very generic. The monster designs is like a bunch of like fucking papers. It's really stupid. And I mean, I can't really criticize it that much. It's really like a free to play little like demo thing, kind of like how PT was, except PT was actually like phenomenal, but I'll get to that later. And yeah, I don't really have much to say about it, except it's just like whatever. I'm just gonna put this in D tier. It's kind of just mid and just whatever. I don't know why they made it. It doesn't even feel like a Silent Hill thing. Like it's just very strange. PT, oh man, PT is really good. Even for a demo, like just really inspired so many like other games that try to like represent it. Like PT like was very like innovative when it came to like horror mechanics, I guess. Like the whole thing of like just going into this hall and making it slowly become like just the same but different every time was really cool, unique idea at the time. Also like how the ghost is always following behind you and everything like that was really cool. And this game like really blew up on the internet like a lot. Like It was crazy. There were so many people online going on the hunt to try to finish it, and then once you do finish it, it reveals like who the main character was going to be and all that stuff, and it was really cool. I mean, sure, it's a free to play demo, but it was like actually so good, super innovative for its time, and people still talk about it to this day. It's literally like one of the biggest like missed opportunities in like horror gaming or in gaming in general. Like this game could have been one of the best horror games of all time. Like it's actually crazy, like the whole story with this. And yeah, for a free to play demo, it's amazing, like honestly. Anyway, enough glazing it. I think it's an A tier. I can't put it in S because it's like a full release. It sadly, never came out as a full release because it got canceled. But it sparked so much crazy stuff online. It's actually like insane. Shout out to PT, and Konami actually announced not too long ago that he's making like a horror game that looks kind of like PT. Not gonna lie, it's called OD or something like that, and that got me really excited. I always wanted PT to come out, and this might be the closest thing to it. Silent Hill Book of Memories. Man, this game, it doesn't even feel like Silent Hill, doesn't play nothing like Silent Hill. It's supposed to be like this weird spin-off that came on the PS Vita. It's like a dungeon crawler, like co-op action type game. It's just that with Silent Hill theme, and it's pretty bad. It's really bad. Like it's a spit in the face like the Silent Hill fans. This is a straight to F. I don't even want to like give this any more attention or time. It's just so stupid. Now for the last and most shitty Silent Hill I'm going to be talking about is Silent Hill. I can't believe this is a thing. Silent Hill Ascension. If you don't know what Silent Hill Ascension is, it's practically like just this kind of like episodic series of episodes where like you can vote on what will happen in the story. So you'll have people online all voting for what will happen to this character and that. And then there's like this thing where you can pay to have your character in it. And then there's like a battle pass to it. And there's like a bunch of episodes on it. And it's the dumbest thing ever. It doesn't even feel like Silent Hill. And it's just some random like stupid horror thing with like Silent Hill attached to it. It was like, this is probably the biggest failure in Silent Hill was Silent Hill Ascension. It was such a joke. It's such the dumbest thing ever. This is just garbage. This is a straight below F tier. No, I can't put below F tier. I can't have anything below. I'm just gonna keep it in F tier. It's highest on F tier. Like it's worse than Book of Memories, worse than Downpour. It's terrible. Like it's really that bad. Actually, thinking about it, comparing this to Downpour is kind of unfair. I'm gonna put Downpour on D instead. Actually. I don't actually. Maybe I was little too critical on Downpour. Downpour is still really bad though, but compared to like Book of Memories and Ascension, like it's actually not that bad. So I'm gonna switch that out. Now back to good Silent Hill. Silent Hill 2 remake. Man, this is really good. This is like one of the best remakes I ever played. If you saw my remake video, I talked a lot about it, so I'm not gonna be on this too much. I really like what they did with the remake. They kept it very faithful to the original, but they improved on a lot. The combat in the game is way better. Voice acting is way better. The way they go in depth about certain things with the characters and stuff like that, I liked a lot. They also reference a lot of the OG Silent Hills. Also like the endings in the new remake. There's like a new UFO ending, a new dog ending. It's really cool. Like a whole new ending in general. Like they really like was very faithful and just added on to it. And I think this is like one of the most like perfect remakes. You can like argue that this is better than the OG. Personally, I just prefer the OG. It's more of a personal take. I prefer the OG more. That's just me. But yeah, Silent Hill 2 remake, amazing. One of the best remakes I ever played, like I just said. And for that is going up on S tier next to the OG Silent Hill 2. Now Silent Hill F, I've talked a lot about, and I'm gonna again try to keep it simple and more straight to the point. So I think the story and writing is really good, even though it's a little bit confusing to get at and to like try to understand. But like actually understanding it is really good. And also I think the replayability is actually pretty decent. I didn't really talk about this that much in the review, but if you can replay it, you can have like different endings, so it gives you more of a reason to replay it. And there's a lot of cool elements to the game. I think the atmosphere is pretty decent. The enemy design is pretty good. The combat though, it's like the biggest like letdown of this game. I think the combat is way too focused on, and it's way too repetitive and stiff and awkward and sometimes very unresponsive. I like the focus mechanic though, and the counter attack is pretty decent as well in this game. But overall, the combat just falls for me like flat on its face. it tries to be too much like a Souls-like kind of, but not really, and it kind of just feels like weird and just unresponsive. And the exploration is okay. It could have been a lot better. I kind of a little bit disappointed in that. I wish it was a little bit better, like Silent Hill 2 remakes. But the puzzles were pretty decent as well. They weren't like crazy or anything. They weren't crazy hard or crazy easy. They made you like really think about it. And there were just puzzles that I've seen before that were like, okay, you know, it's whatever. Like, it's a decent puzzle, not like too crazy. But Silent Hill F, it was decent. I wasn't like super like amazed by it or anything. I was just more of middle of it. So for that, I'm giving it on a high B, and I think it's pretty decent. Just don't pay full price $70 for it. I don't think it's worth like $70. Just wait for a sale. But yeah, that's just how I feel about Silent Hill F. I read a whole review on it. If you want to see like a full thought about the story and everything and what I really feel about it, go check out my other video about it. And yeah. Well, that's the end of the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I did not include the mobile games because I feel like ranking the mobile games is just weird, and I didn't really play the mobile games, so I'm going to be real. Also, the arcade game. Apparently, there's like an arcade Silent Hill game. But these are like the main Silent Hill games. So here's like the end of the list. Here's all the rankings, and if you guys agree, nice. If you guys don't, then you know you're wrong. No, I'm kidding. If you have different opinions on it, go comment below on what you think, on what you agree on, what you don't agree on. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video again, and I'll see you guys in the next one.